on, we didn't need to get on the on-ramp to this information freeway. We were already on the freeway. We knew about the FDA. We knew about the CDC. We knew about big pharma. We knew about vaccines. We knew all about all these components. So when this thing hit, we recognized it right away. But I have to remind myself from time to time that the vast majority of people don't have the knowledge base that we have. It's not to say that we know it all, but it's that we knew about these things. We know about these people. We know they're criminals. We knew they were criminals a long time ago. But for a lot of people, this is the first time they're even coming to grips with the idea that maybe their nightly news is not being completely honest with them about things. And then if that's true, then maybe the politicians aren't either. And so for a lot of these people, it's like, they're getting fucking red pilled.
I agree,
and they're in some form of mental breakdown. And so I want to put my foot up their ass half the time, but I have to also remember that we come to this information at different stages and they're just not there yet, but we're going to need them. And we're going to need everybody. If you're even have the potential to be woken up by this, and I don't mean woke, but awoken to what's happening here, then it's all hands on deck. It's now or never. Because if we don't do something about this, these technocratic maniacs are going to build a digital prison that locks us out of society, and we'll be complaining about it as it's happening. And we'll be fucking segregated where we can't go to the same grocery stores as other people. I mean, it's not, I'm not even, I think you all realize we're watching what's happening incrementally in a country here and a country there. And we're going, God damn, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's coming for us. Wake the fuck up. If you can't recognize this, then.
I get it, dude. I was just, the first restaurant I went to asked me for my card. And I'm like, I just want a chicken sandwich. Like, I need your card. I'm like, I'm not eating here. And these businesses, I think, will pay. That's my humble opinion. And I think people are seeing the long game here. And guess what? Some people aren't. And guess what? You can't save everybody. You just can't, dude. If you think you're going to save 100% of the people, you're not. And there's a saying that's going around, which is like, don't worry about waking up the sheep. Worry about waking up to sleeping lions. And that's really where I live. I'm not going to save anybody. I'm going to find a small group of people and I'm going to go buy some land and chill, Bill. And whatever. I mean, dude, we've been going through this forever since the beginning of time. There's been elites trying to control everybody. I just personally don't believe you can do it. Again, the metaverse, maybe that's where they corral us all into. It's definitely possible. I also think the internet has allowed people to gain knowledge that they wouldn't. I mean, I meet all you guys through the internet. I would never have met you guys without the internet. And I just think all of us are doing really well. We're connecting with people we never would have connected before because we all just have passion. And I just think, I just think they create stuff and it slowly starts to get away from them. But I could be wrong too. But I don't know, man. I just rather live in the moment of hope because I know personally in my life, it's never been better. And I know there's a lot of people who choose to, they're addicted to the chaos. They love it because their life is so good that it's their fight or flight, right? It's like, oh my God, we got to stop COVID. This is their battle for their life that they don't have because their life is so good. And I don't know, man. I guess if you hear me start doing doom and gloom, I'm probably not going to do podcasting much longer because I would rather not live in that. I don't know, man. I guess I'm wrong. And I love hearing from everybody. Occasionally I got to have a Whitney Webb on to kick my dick in to, from fairy town that I'm living in where everything's hopes and dreams and all that stuff. But I also want to believe in that there is going to be hope because it hasn't always been this way. And this is the cycle of life and it goes up and it goes down. I don't know. I go, people, how bad has your life been during this? And most people I know have found a way to flourish. It's just a changing of the way we operate, right? I mean, like you see people like no one wants to go back to work. Everyone's like they're just sitting home cashing checks. There's also a lot of people have found ways to make money, different ways to make money that they don't have to go and slave for $15, have some guy yelling at them for a job that they find soul sucking. So I don't know, man. I think human beings are love and their vibrations, and it's like Jurassic Park. Life finds a way, you know.
There's always a balance, right?
Yeah.
That's what we seek to find, right? We everything. This is an existence of dualities, right? And we have to find the balance in between. That's where we live. I think that's where we operate optimally as humans, when we find that balance. So if we look for it and we find it, great, you know. And I think that's the ultimate goal, no matter what situation we find ourselves in, to try to find that balance. You know, the silver lining, quote unquote, something like that, right? I know tons of people that have done great because of this. I have actually benefited quite a bit because of everything that's gone down. Thank the Lord, right? But there's been other people that haven't. Regardless, like you just have to find the balance in everything in life, and things will go better. So I mean, there is optimism, regardless of how bad a situation looks, right? You know what they say all the time: you go into a cave, it's dark as shit. You turn on a light, right? Nothing defeats that light, right? That light will shine regardless, right? That's just the deal, right? So it's the truth. So there's always going to be hope, you know. But I also don't want to turn away from any of the quote unquote darkness that's out there, right? We have to identify it, we have to look at it, and we have to treat it seriously, right? Because otherwise it's just going to consume us. So we need to see it, we need to know it, and we need to also respect the hope side of it. That's me.
Yeah, I don't think it's about protecting or about saving those others. It's about protecting ourselves from them. I mean, the greater good is a powerful ideology, and a lot of people are buying into that. And what's going to happen when it ramps up? And you know, they're the ones that they're not going to be saved. They're the ones coming after us. I mean, I don't want to be too black-pilled. I think we all have enough love in our hearts for those people. Like anybody on the other side, I think we all know that love is the answer and we have to love them. But it might be just creating our own reality again, and creating our own community, whether it's off grid or not. Like we had these two fantastic guys on the show, and they've been sort of traveling the world in bare feet for the most part. I mean, these guys are so out of society. And we talked about them coming back into society with meaning, you know, coming back with intentional meaning. So maybe when we do have one foot in this world, it's with meaning, and the other foot is out there creating a new reality.